I've done better. Welcome to another edition of Masterworks Theater with Micah Christensen at Anthony's Fine Art in Salt Lake City. Today we celebrate a major work that we just acquired by Minerva Teichert, arguably the greatest painter that we ever had in Utah and one of the greatest Western painters of all time. This work, called Utah Women Save the Day, celebrates 4 Mormon pioneer women in the days of 1847 and the California gold rushers on this side who are traveling through the Great Salt Lake Valley in 1849 to 1851. And as they're traveling through, they trade some of the goods they have for the harvest of the Mormon pioneers. This was necessary for both of them. The California 49ers had traveled a long way, and in order to avoid diseases like scurvy, they needed fresh fruit and vegetables, which they're willing to trade for goods that the Mormon pioneers, who'd only been here a couple of years, couldn't make themselves, such as cloth for clothes, furniture, ceramics, daily things that they would have been used to having back east. This is a happy, joyous gathering. You can see that the figures on both sides, both the Mormon pioneers and who they would have called Gentiles on the other side, are very glad to be meeting with one another. We thought here at Anthony's that we would celebrate Pioneer Day, which is celebrated in Utah as the 24th of July, would be best celebrated by remembering the pioneer women, their sacrifices, and those who traveled through at the same time and who went to places like California, with a painting that was major, and also other works by Teichert, and dresses and objects that were from the days before the railroad traveled through the western United States and connected both coasts. In those days, you would see wagon trains you see here behind me. And it was a perilous time for the Latter-day Saints who moved here to the valleys. Their first 2 harvests were disastrous, if you remember the story of the crickets and the seagulls. This is really a celebration of their first harvest and their first success here in the valley. And it was painted by Minerva Teichert for her son, who was a professor of history at Brigham Young University, and it hung in his office many years before returning to the family. In the painting, Minerva Teichert has depicted her 3 daughters-in-law and her daughter, who are above my right shoulder and your left side. It is a personal painting. Teichert was someone who, after studying in San Francisco, Chicago, and New York, was told by her teacher, Robert Henry, one of the preeminent painters in 19th century and turn of the century America, to come back and paint the story of her people, which she did in almost 500 works. This work, The Utah Women Save the Day, is one of the very best we've ever had or ever seen in Minerva's output. So we invite you to Anthony's Fine Art to come see the exhibition and to celebrate Pioneer Day. I'm Micah Christensen, and this is Masterworks Theater.